Hello, good morning, good evening, good evening, good evening. Hi, guys. Today is 5th January 2026, and it's past 10 in night, and I am energetic. And what does that tell you about me today? I took coffee. Yes. Okay, so regardless of the coffee, I'm going to wind down very soon because gas to gas sleep and get ready for tomorrow because I have quite a bit to get through. Um, yeah. How are you today? Did you have a good day? I hope you did. I hope you had a meaningful experience today, given first work day back from the holiday. Especially those who went on holiday because I didn't go on holiday yet. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So first work day back officially in the year because yeah, like I said, um, we delved straight into appraisals. Like I had a few appraisals today, and the thing is, I was I when as a team lead or a leader in an organization, when you are giving feedback, it's very important to pray for grace, to say the right thing, to tell people the truth with grace. Because yes, they misbehave, maybe. Did they do what they were meant to be doing? Maybe not. All of that good stuff. But to be able to still be graceful when you're passing on that kind of information is such a skill that not a lot of people, have, and it's so important, you know. So I prayed for just strength to get through the day because I was feeling funny. So speaking about feeling funny, by the time I was like three people in, that's literally an hour and then 15 per person. So I was three people in, I was already done. After the first person, I went out, took a walk, came back. Like I was really struggling. So I realized, what are my symptoms? Like I didn't think about what are my symptoms. I just started saying, okay, how I'm feeling. I feel my tongue tastes funny. My joints were hurting yesterday and day before. I didn't sleep well. Um, just named all my symptoms and I realized that look, hi, it's best I just start a malaria regimen. So I started that this evening and I started that this evening and that's going to continue for 3 days. So yeah, I hope I don't feel worse off for it. Hi. But yeah, so I'm high on a bit of caffeine, but also the painkillers because I'm not feeling anything right now. You would think that it's only alcohol that would be able to get you to this point, but no. Yeah, thanks. And because it's the beginning of the week, and beginning of the month, and beginning of the year, and beginning of the quarter, beginning of everything, it's a new beginning. You want to just show up with your best foot forward. And I'm not trying to get sick or, go out cold. I'm trying to just, you know. So I have a few meetings tomorrow that I have to get through. I have the remaining of my appraisal sessions tomorrow. I'm looking forward to those because they're going to be really very, they're going to be like, you know, yeah. Otherwise, today I made a decision. I read in Aboyade, is that his surname? I think. I read his sorry, I read his post about his resolution was not he didn't call it a resolution, but it was about a resolution where he said in God's presence he would keep his phone silent or keep it out of reach, something like that. And then he just wrote an epistle about how you know how he has to be online and transmitting all the time But when he's in the presence of an earthly um, king or president, he keeps his phone with security and it can be ours. So, God cautioned him about it. And I know that, God has been cautioning me about a few things. Even just spending time in his presence, fully being aware of his presence is something that is difficult because once my mind calms down, rush of thoughts, things that I was supposed to do, analysis I'm meant to carry out, plans that I'm meant to. It's just like everything sort of gets into my mind at the same time. So sometimes it's even like, okay, should I even bother piping low so that all these things don't rush in all at once? So I made a resolution, and today was the first day. So I also I'll tell you what the resolution is. I mean, I'm not going to call it a resolution because it's new year and it's new me, that kind of thing. No. Um, I know that sometimes when as I was going to work this morning, I saw a man in front of his shop and he was trying to open, but before he opened, he was praying over the shop. The plumbing shop is not anything too fancy or anything, but that he will commit his wares to God's hand and just be aware of God's presence in that at that size is such a crazy such a crazy awareness for me because I'm just like, can you see that even with the small this person has, he still has the a moment to give God the glory and commit it to his hands. How about you? So I took a lesson from that, and that's something that as long as I'm consistent with this video, just ask me if I did it. Okay. And then there are other things that I'm trying to tie to the consistency of doing these videos. So I realized that if I get to this video in the night, I may as well get to this, that, and the other, right? Gym is not one of them. Just put it out there. I know that sometimes I struggle with my spirituality because I'm just like, that consistency might not be there all the time, but as a person person in industry who is also a God fearing person, I have to figure out how to merge the two. So I'm taking a leave from Vane and I'm taking a leave from this gentleman that I saw today because I had no business looking that way. I just turned and I saw him and I was like, it ministered to me immediately that this is something you should be doing too. So there's that. So there's all sorts of work to do. Like beginning of everything puts high expectations on you to, on me to set the pace. What if I don't want to right now? What if I just want to be on an island somewhere and not caring about anything? Like heavy is the head that wears the crown, something like that. Yeah, that's the experience right now. So so what else? What am I thankful for? I'm thankful for eyes that see. Yeah, that's what I'm thankful for because I could have seen that post. In fact, it was on LinkedIn. I had no business reading like a long post on LinkedIn because sorry, my attention span on LinkedIn is quite small. So if you are not caught my attention like this, I'm moving on to the next thing if I'm spending so much time on it. And because I'm taking a hiatus from IG right now, it's like feel something to feel the space of those scrolling and then it's LinkedIn. Oh my god. Anyways, I had no reason to read the entire thing, but it was captivating. And then this morning to seeing that it was so I'm thankful for eyes that see because clearly I'm seeing and observing and I'm taking into consideration things I'm observing. So what did you do today? And how did you make it different? And what are you looking forward to this week? And I hope to God that you're dreaming and dreaming big because why not? Because if you have the opportunity, you're alive. So why not dream and dream big? I'm actually say, okay, how do I now reach this goal? And because your goals this beginning of this year, like I said before, it feels like such a different year. It feels like a Kairos year. Audacity. Thank you. Feels like such a Kairos year. Yes. So why not dream? Why not dream big? Big, hairy, audacious dreams. I should write that down. Anyways, thanks for joining. I will go now and I will see you tomorrow. You guessed right. Where I tell you all about my day tomorrow and how I made a difference. How I made a difference, most importantly. Ooh, there's caffeine in my system. All right. Have a good evening. Bye for now.